Tim Pancakes!
Hello everybody, Tim Pancakes here. This is the year of 20. The Sims turned 20, it's the year 2020, and I thought for my 20th video, it would be a great way to celebrate by looking back over the last 20 years and reflecting on what The Sims has meant to me. The Sims debuted on February 4th, 2000, but to fully understand the profound impact this game had on me, we need to go back even farther. The 90s, when a young, family-oriented Tim Pancakes, who thought his toys had feelings for some reason, delighted in playing house with his and his siblings' dolls, going so far as to pose for countless family photos. Yeah, my parents really loved developing those roles of film. We hadn't developed our photography skills yet. And then there was the time I married a Barbie doll. And apparently had a child. At this point, it should come as no surprise that my mom got me hooked on her soap operas. We primarily watched Days of Our Lives. I had a huge crush on Eric, and I was inspired by Sammy's devious scheming. Then I was thrilled to start Passions when it first aired in the summer of '99. Recording my soaps and watching them after school was the highlight of my day. Amnesia, people coming back from the dead, torrid affairs, witchcraft, the general gasping, slapping, and drink throwing. I incorporated all of these things into my playtime with dolls, and I acted out all sorts of creative storylines. I even created their family trees using the Family Tree Maker. My experience with computer games was pretty limited to the King's Quest series, and some architecture program we used to design houses. I do have a King's Quest Let's Play on my channel if you'd like to take a look. Enter The Sims. By 2000, I was a closeted 7th grade boy going through a goth phase who was still playing with his sister's Barbies in shame. My sister introduced me to The Sims after playing it at a friend's house, and I immediately fell in love. Obviously, I created myself, and I played for hours and hours. I dreamt about a house, and I built that house from my dreams in the game. Over the years, I collected every expansion pack. I remember how excited I was to explore the new worlds and see the new animations. I have memories of staying up late playing the game well after I was supposed to be in bed. I was fascinated by the household budget, and I checked it each sim day. Like so many children, I couldn't wait to grow up, and this made me feel one step closer to adulthood. Using the photo album function in the game, I posed my Sims for photos, and I told my dramatic, soap opera-inspired stories. This game was everything. And my dolls were subsequently retired. We still have the pictures, though. I have one distinct memory from these days. You see, we shared a family desktop computer, so I had to wait for my turn to play the game. And I just couldn't wait until I grew up and had my own house and my own computer, and I was just gonna leave The Sims running all the time, because then I could play it whenever I wanted. Well, flash forward 20 years, and here I am on a laptop which I bought specifically to play The Sims 4. Sometimes dreams really do come true. I played The Sims all through high school, and in 2004, The Sims 2 was released. I was initially a bit skeptical. I had just purchased the Making Magic expansion pack, and I didn't want The Sims to be done. I wanted more content. But when I watched the trailer for Sims 2, I was immediately sold. The family dynamics blew me away. Sims could grow up. I watched this trailer countless times, and I even still watch it from time to time just because of nostalgia. The Sims 2 wasn't exactly like the trailer, but it was incredible, and it had a memory system as well as a photo album for my storytelling, and family trees. I was surprised to see that the game had preset storylines ready for me to play out as well. The attention to detail in this game was top-notch, and the 3D graphics were a welcome improvement to the original game. I loved playing all of the pre-made families, but nearest and dearest to my heart were the Broke and Pleasant families. I'm currently working on a Sims 4 Let's Play featuring the Sims 2 families if you'd like to check it out on my channel. Again, I created my Sim self, but this time I made my entire family. I was a high school student, and I dated Angela Pleasant. Funnily enough, my sister was the first Sim in our Sim family to have a baby, and she would go on to be the first sibling to have a baby in real life. Am I good or what? In 2005, The Sims 2 University came out with perfect timing because I was off to college myself that year. Angela and I, plus some neighborhood friends, went to Sim State University together. I loved everything about this experience. Plus, while I was at real-life college, I met many friends who also played The Sims, and we would have simming parties. Angela and I got engaged in college, then graduated, got married, and had twin daughters of our own, Kay and Mary Ellen. By now, I was captivated by the TV show Desperate Housewives, so Angela naturally transitioned into the perfectionist, red-headed homemaker in my virtual Wisteria Lane, and I played out numerous storylines about our neighbors and their secrets. I built a spreadsheet to keep track of my characters, their relationships, and storylines, such as my sim coming out as gay and leaving Angela. I even tried writing a book with these characters, but I felt like it was basically Desperate Housewives the novel, so I scrapped the project. I felt like a sham. Until Big Little Lies became a bestseller and cast Reese Witherspoon in the TV show. I moved to Portland, Oregon after real-life college and continued to play The Sims 2 and all of the additional packs that came out. Until my game crashed. I lost everything. This was devastating to me because I had been playing my characters for a few generations and they were real to me. By now, The Sims 3 was out, but I had resisted hopping on the bandwagon. Like before, I wasn't ready to give up the game. I'd fallen in love with it and I'd been playing it for years. I also did not like the way that The Sims looked in The Sims 3, they just looked a little too cartoony. When Sims 2 crashed, I tried Sims 3. I did enjoy the open world, but since I was used to playing multiple households at once, I did not like how the story progression allowed Sims to age and develop off-screen while I was playing other lots. Also, this is an unpopular opinion, but I thought the color wheel was overwhelming and it gave me too many options, so I didn't care for that. I was intimidated and I didn't use it much. Unfortunately, The Sims 3 crashed a few times too, but I was still learning the ropes, so at this point I just gave up. At this time it was 2010 and I wanted to focus on my real life career. I'd moved to a new city, so I wanted to make some real friends and kind of have a new life. So I forced myself to grow up and I gave up The Sims. Flash forward to 2017. I stumbled upon the game again and I discovered that there was a Sims 4. I had no idea. Karen the Bestie talked me into trying it out. So first I created an Origin ID and then I purchased the game. But I didn't have a computer or internet at my apartment. A few weeks later, I bought a laptop on Black Friday, to be used exclusively for The Sims. At last, I signed up for internet a month later and I was ready to go. Lots has changed since I played back in 2010. The games aren't played on discs anymore. We can download houses and Sims created by other users right into our game from the gallery, and there's a thriving online community of Simmers, from YouTube to Facebook to the Under the Plumb Bob podcast. Instantly, I fell in love with the game. The first thing I noticed was the graphics. They were closer to Sims 2 than Sims 3, I thought, but better. I also loved that the Sims could move between neighborhoods without losing relationships. I was quite rusty, but I quickly learned the game mechanics, and I've put hours and hours into gameplay. I created my daughter from Sims 2, Mary Ellen, in The Sims 4, with a family of her own. I'm currently playing her grandchildren's generation, and it feels like the good old days. I'm home. I even have a new spreadsheet. There are things about The Sims 4 that I'm not wild about, namely the lack of memories or an in-game photo album, and I'm still waiting for the household budget from The Sims 1 to make a comeback, but on the whole, I feel like I've come home to an old friend and picked things up like no time has passed. After 2 years of playing again and the franchise celebrating 20 years, I decided to launch my YouTube channel in February. I wanted to share my perspective and love for the game. I have other interests and fandoms which may pop up on occasion, like my King's Quest Let's Play, but primarily this channel is Sims oriented. I cherish the game and I'm just delighted that we have a couple years left of content for The Sims 4. I get excited about every piece of news that comes out from the EA team. And par for the course, I'm not ready for Sims 5. There is so much more I could say, but I just wanted to do a brief overview of my time playing The Sims and what this game has meant to me. Leave me a comment below about how you got into the game, which one's your favorite, Sims 1, 2, 3, or 4? Are you ready for Sims 5? What townies did you play in all of the games? Just tell me your story. I'd love to read about it and continue the conversation down below. But until next time, thank you so much for watching, and that's a stack.